everyone, Amanda Jane here from Amanda Jane Crafts, and in today's video I'm going to do a review of this jumper pattern or sweater pattern, and this is probably the easiest children's crochet pattern that you can find on the internet, and it comes from MJ's Off the Hook, and she writes fantastic patterns. So the yarn, first of all, the yarn, recommended yarn is double knitting weight, which is a number 3 yarn, and it uses, for the smallest size, only one ball, 100-gram ball of yarn. And this pattern comes in lots and lots of sizes, from 0 to 3 months right up to age 12. And in fact, I'm adapting it to make a slightly larger size for my grown-up daughter, who is not very big. So all it is a top-down raglan sleeved sweater. You can see it starts with a round of ribbing here, which she describes very well in her video and in her instruction sheet. So you work a band of ribbing and then you join it into a circle and you work your first row of double crochet. So it's all double crochet, so great for beginners. If you can do a granny square, you can make this jumper. And then it increases until you get to this point. So you're working this yoke here all in one piece, and I'll show you on a bigger size in a moment what that looks like. Then you fold it in half and you start working on the body, which you finish with a band, and similarly you then finish off the arms, the sleeves in the same way. So let's have a look at what I'm doing with my version of it. I'm using exactly the same double knitting weight yarn here, and this I have adapted to make it a slightly higher neck for an adult. This one, actually the baby one's got a great broad neck here, which makes it easy to get over a baby's head, and this one I've just adapted slightly to make it a higher neck and added in an extra row of double crochet here. So this is how the yoke works up. You start by doing this round all the way round with V stitches, which I'll show you in a moment how you need to do those, and then you keep increasing so that this will gradually go over the shoulders. It will then divide so that this will become a sleeve here, and the body will work further down. So I now know I need to do 17 rounds because I've adapted this pattern to make it larger. So I've done 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I've done 12, so I've got another 5 to go, and that will be large enough for I'd say a small adult, small to medium adult. So the only real thing to remember, the instructions are brilliant, but the only thing to remember is to keep counting your stitches to make sure you're on track. I would highly recommend that. The other thing to remember with this pattern is that, unlike with the granny square, you're not going between your double knitting, your double crochet here. You're going into the stitch. So I'm just going to show you how to increase. And one thing that when I first did this pattern, I had a little struggle with, because on the increase, you've got to make sure that you crochet into the last double crochet before the V. And you can tell that because a double crochet is a P shape. So there's the top of the P, like so. And that's the down of the P. So this stitch is the double crochet. So that's the one before the increase. Then you do your increase, which is simply a double crochet into the gap, a single chain, another double crochet in the gap. Now what you've got to remember here is that your next stitch is actually just here, and you can forget it if you hide this part of the stitch. So you make sure you can see this whole stitch when you do your next double crochet here. And that, what I would say, is the only thing that you need to remember. Or two things. You're not going in the gap, you're going in the stitch, which becomes very easy. Just so. And when you get to your V, around here, all the way around here, this is the front, you're going to go into this double crochet, then your V stitches in this gap, which is a double crochet, a chain, and another double crochet, and then the next stitch is in here. So that's how you get the increase. So you're increasing 8 stitches per round because you've got 4 V stitches per round. So that's important to remember. Other than that, I would say that this is definitely, as she calls it, the easiest children's crochet pullover. And I'd highly recommend it. All her patterns are great. I have no intention of publishing my own version of this pattern. I would follow hers. It's great. It's on the blog. You can buy a copy on Etsy. I'll put all these links in the notes below, in the description below. Just one more thing on the yarn I'm using. This is actually a Wendy yarn that I bought on eBay as a 5 balls. Very good way to buy inexpensive, affordable yarn, and I'm using a 4mm crochet hook for this. But I'll put a link to the pattern in and to her video in the description below. So that's my review of MJ's Off the Hook pattern for a jumper or sweater. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please subscribe, and I look forward to speaking to you very soon. If you've enjoyed the video, just give us a thumbs up. Take care. Bye.